Welcome to the first episode of Reel Phonies, where we like movies a lot, but we don't actually know what we're talking about. I'm your host, Joseph. With me is my co-host, Ian.
Hey, what's up, guys?
And Christian.
How's it going?
For those of you who are confused, this is still the people who made it better or worse than Transformers.
I think that intro for the first time was better than Transformers.
Oh, thank you.
Buried it in a shallow grave.
Yeah.
We want broader appeal. So
Broader
we
appeal
decided
is better, yeah.
to switch to this and hopefully get more viewers, but we're still going to use the better or worse for a rating system.
Correct.
So you'll still hear it a lot, but just not in the title.
Cool.
So the other new thing that we're going to do is we're going to try and break up the podcast into a couple different parts. We're going to do a news segment that's going to come out on Tuesday, which is going to just be shorter and kind of the talk around town of Hollywood. And then we're going to do a feature episode later in the week that'll be on whatever topic, whatever movie, director, battles, whatever. It's coming up.
Topic-based,
Yeah.
whatever we decide.
So right now we're going to start off with some of the news. Ian, what you got for us?
Yeah, so we've been off for 2 weeks, so there's actually...
A lot of things happening.
Yeah, a lot of things. It's exciting right now. You're really getting a lot of news for next summer's movies and for the trailers for like the Christmas and Thanksgiving stuff. They released makeup for the Joker movie, which we've talked about a bunch on here, with Joaquin Phoenix in the role, and it looks very different than anything we've seen before. What do you guys think about it?
I really liked it. And I've kind of liked everything we've seen come out of it so far.
I don't know if I'm going to say I really like it, but I like the fact that they've decided, let's not even try and like compare it to something else. Let's go in a completely new direction. We're doing something entirely different from which is really hard to do because both Jack Nicholson and
Heath Ledger
have really iconic performances and really iconic looks to those characters. And just the characters themselves are iconic in different ways. So I think it's impressive that they can come up with a way that is still technically the same character that we know that's very different than what we expect.
That's what I think I enjoyed the most about it is I look at that, I automatically know it's the Joker, yet still presented in a way that I hadn't seen before. And it does kind of almost feel like a ripoff of Heath Ledger's makeup almost, but still with kind of that classic jokey Joker flair that maybe Jack Nicholson brought to it. I'm excited for it.
Yeah, me too. It's more of it's more of a standard like clown.
It's more like a sad clown.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm thinking I'm falling the other way with you guys. I don't think I'm a fan of it.
That's fine.
He has
Look,
like the big shoes, and it just doesn't feel like anything that I think that is going to be what I want from the Joker character.
that's the thing. I still don't know what this movie is.
Yeah.
I'm hearing I read a feature on it that it's going to be a lot like Taxi Driver is what I'm hearing because Martin Scorsese is involved, and apparently in Taxi Driver, Robert De Niro is obsessed with a woman and he gets scorned, and he goes to kill the senator. Who she works for to hurt her. And then this one, they're thinking maybe he's going to get scorned by a local woman who they're thinking could be Domino.
Zazie Beetz.
And maybe then he turns, crazy and turns this Joker. Because it looks like he's just a regular clown in the start of this movie. To me, at least, from what it is. Because it's not just the makeup. He's got overalls in the picture. Like a whole clown.
Well, that's one. Yeah.
So I think that it definitely could be where he turns psychotic and he's obsessive. You know what I mean? It could be a good character study, but... The thing I don't like that the Joker has an origin, like that they're giving the Joker an origin.
Yeah.
That's just not the Joker to me. It's the opposite.
I think one thing that, and maybe this is not true, this is just me positing a theory, is that maybe this Joker doesn't start off as the Red Hood, and maybe what we're seeing of is his criminal activity, like makeup or whatever, and maybe he isn't quite yet the Joker that you know and love so much. I don't know. I mean, it is different, and that excites me more than I probably was interested in, but prior to seeing it.
Agreed.
Yeah, I can see how this is now not going to have Batman, how it's going to exist.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I can see how it's shaping together, how it's going to be.
And that's the thing. Like, I understand it's under the DC banner, and there's kind of an expectation that it fits into something else with the DC universe. But is it really a bad thing if you've taken an inspiration from a good creative idea and then just kind of put your own take on it? So, I mean, if this is a Joker, quote unquote, but it's not really like the Joker in the comic books, isn't that okay if it's if it's still good?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Well, we'll see. Let's table it because we're going to probably talk about this more.
Yeah, we went way deeper in that one than I expected, honestly.
In the DC episode that we're going to do as our topic, so we might talk about this more. Next thing is Jon Favreau has the really expensive Star Wars show. It's going to be on the Disney streaming service, launch in 2019, and I'm going to start shooting next week.
That's the rumor, yeah. There have been some set videos and pictures taken of sets being built and him walking around on set, stuff like that. So.
And you heard rumors it might be set
Yeah, I don't know if this is true. I heard a rumor it was probably going to be on. Well, you're the one that first told me it was going to be after the events of Return of the Jedi, and then I heard later on that it may be set on Mandalore as Mandalore kind of like rebuilds and deals with the turmoil post Fall of the Empire, which is fitting because Jon Favreau has played a Mandalorian in Star Wars Clone Wars. But I don't know. I'm excited for that show.
Have we heard casting on this?
Nothing. I don't know no casting.
You got to think they're going to have someone famous, right?
Especially for like the first episode, just to get people on board.
Is that secret or what? You think someone's already been cast?
There has to have been cast, so they're going to start filming shortly.
That's weird that we haven't heard anything. But you figure Yoda will probably I want to see a lot of well, if it's after Return of the Jedi, I guess you can. But
yeah, I don't know who.
Maybe Mark Hamill pops up.
You could do Luke. You could do a young Leia. I mean,
we can make people happy who are so angry with
you could do
Last
Wedge.
Jedi.
Wedge Antilles.
Have Mark Hamill do a few flips. It'll make people happy.
Who's the guy from Rogue Squadron?
That's true. You could do any of the Rogue One characters or the Rogue Squadron.
Rogue Squadron characters. I can't remember his name, but
Darklighter.
Yeah, I think that's right. There's a lot you could pull
Akbar.
from. You could have Akbar.
let's set our whole episode around Admiral Akbar.
Look,
I'm
not opposed to that.
I think that the Disney streaming service is going to really carve a big niche and affect Netflix, affect the movie industry. I think it's going to really alter the landscape.
They're putting a lot of money into it up front. Unlike Netflix, who it's taking their time to, and I get that Disney can afford to do it up front, but it's going to. I think you're right. I think it's going to fundamentally change a lot of things.
Yeah, I do too. I think if the only thing it definitely for PG-13 and below. Like I don't think they're going to put R-rated content on there.
Yeah, probably.
But
not.
if you want family-friendly stuff, like that's going to be a must-have service. And I think Netflix especially will get hurt. You know what I mean? Because that's the number one. I think everyone owns Netflix. You know what I mean?
Yep.
But honestly, at this point, people will probably just add.
Yeah.
Yeah, and they're not going to switch. I don't think. But
So next is Venom. This comes out Thursday.
Ooh, this Thursday,
and Tom Hardy's like doing presser about the movie, and he had an interview and said that they asked him, what's your favorite scene? And when he answers that, well, it's actually not in the movie, there's 30 minutes of deleted footage, including my favorite scene, that makes me think he even knows the movie's a mess. And he's trying to get out in front of it a little bit,
Yeah, possibly, for sure. It definitely sounds that way.
Reviews have been embargoed
till Wednesday,
which is a really bad sign.
It is that the only last time I remember a comic book movie doing that was Suicide Squad, and Suicide Squad reviews came out to be. We know what it was. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Some people may like that, but it was not good coming out.
And you hear stories of like they go to these screenings a week out or whatever, and then they'll come out and they can do like Twitter reviews. There was none of that for this.
Yep.
And even sometimes you'll hear that they lift the embargo early because the feedback was so good immediately. And this is like nope, nothing until the day before the movie comes out.
Yeah, and I think originally like a lot of people were hyped up about this, but then it's like, well, it's PG-13, not R. And now like all the news has been bad. I don't think it's going to do that.
I mean, all the trailers have been bad. They released more TV spots over the last couple weeks, and the CGI looks even worse than it looked in the trailer.
Yeah,
it's going to be a mess, and I'm excited. Like this is the kind of movie that I want to get like 3 or 4 beers and go watch. It sounds like a good idea.
It'd probably be the most serviceable way to make it through it.
Yeah. Absolutely,
rocking a little bit of a buzz.
Like this is going to be like I think it's going to be like Suicide Squad, X-Men Origins, like lower rung comic book movie. You know what I mean?
It could be the worst one we've had in a while.
Yeah. Yeah, because lately we've been lucky.
Yeah.
Even the ones I don't want to like, Deadpool 2, they're not bad. They're just not for me.
Yes,
you know what I mean?
Agreed.
So,
speaking of Deadpool 2, they're having that Deadpool 2 PG-13 re-release in December.
And that could get creative.
Yeah, I'm interested to see what they do.
Because what I'm hearing is like they're going to take a cue from, what is it, The Princess
Bride.
Yeah, when Fred Savage is like getting the story read to him by his grandfather.
Yeah.
And he's like holding parts back and changing parts.
But it's going to be Deadpool. I can see him
like, where instead of there being gore for an art, like they like circle, crayon in like blood or something.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like it's going to be different. It's not going to be just edited. It's going to be artistically edited.
Absolutely, I think so too.
And I think that honestly, people will go see it again. This movie can make.
I mean, I kind of want to see it more.
Me too. That's what I mean. Because like that seems more up my style. And like if you get everyone loves. I'm telling you, Deadpool fans are idiots. So they will go pay this again, 100%. Oh, we got someone coming in.
Get out.
It's either her
You didn't say just to enter, right?
Yeah, it is. Just come on in. You're fine.
Okay.
I don't have a mic stand for you again, so you just have to hold it.
That's cool.
You're going to have to do a better job of holding it this time.
Did I do a poor job of it last time?
You did a very poor job.
Is that hard to do? Hold a mic.
Ladies and gentlemen, Jason Hurd has just joined us on the show.
Jason Hurd has joined us on our first episode of our new show.
The most charming Reel Phony we have.
Yes.
Wait a minute. This is not the same show?
It is not.
I agreed to something.
We have switched our name for broader appeal.
Okay, fair enough. So am I close enough or am I too close now?
I mean, you're a little too close, but
Okay, let's go right here.
that sounds great.
Most of my experience with microphones, I just need to look cool with it, so I don't, I've
I mean,
never,
you're doing that right now. Probably.
because in bands, I sing into a microphone, but not for sound purposes, just for I look
Just
cool
for looks,
doing it.
yeah.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
My singing voice is very similar to Brack from Space Ghost Coast to Coast. So, there's not really a good deal of reason for me to be up on it.
And we're about to start talking about some trailers. And this is my first one, is my favorite one of like the last year, Creed 2. Have you guys seen this?
Yes.
I've not watched the Creed 2 trailer. I wanted the last one to be the last statement on Rocky, so I haven't watched it yet. Is it good?
It's so good.
The best shot in it is when Ivan and Rocky look at each other.
Yeah,
and
so I
stare
don't know
down.
if you know, he's fighting Ivan Drago's son.
I think I'd heard that, yeah.
And I don't know, like, the music in it,
Yeah.
it's like basically one long training montage. So that's what makes it good. You know
I mean,
what
that's the
That's
best
why we
part of
go
every
to-
I
Rocky
know, that's
movie.
what I mean. It's so like Michael B. Jordan looks way more jacked since Black Panther. So like, I think he's gonna be great.
Oh no! See, I disagree. I feel like he's slimmed down a lot.
I think he's leaner. In this
exactly. He's
Really?
going much more for like a fighter's physique.
Yeah.
because he's really bulky in Black Panther.
Yeah.
and that's well, I was going to say no fighters look like that, but that is not true. But most fighters don't.
one. Yeah.
It made DMX cool again. It's got my favorite DMX song on it. Yeah, no, it's really good. So I'm really excited. November 21st, like it's Thanksgiving, so it'll be good. Fantastic Beasts, Crimes of Grindelwald, the last trailer.
Yep,
that
there's
piece
a new
of
one.
shit.
Man, they're not messing around about that, though. They've started, like, promoting this movie so early. Like, everywhere you go, there's, like, more Harry Potter shit than there is, like,
Yep.
Halloween shit. Like, it's just everywhere.
I think this movie's going to do a lot better. Like, I'm not a big Harry Potter fan, but this one seems has a lot more Harry Potter tie-ins to me. Like, it's got Jude Law's Dumbledore. It's got like
Nagini,
Nagini. It's got. I think it's going to have like probably going to go to maybe a little bit of Hogwarts.
Yeah, I mean,
So I think that ties that you'll get more box office on that
for sure.
Lean into Harry Potter.
I mean, the last one made a ton of money. I don't think the fear is the money for them. But they're definitely like in the poster. There's a shot of Johnny Depp and he's like holding the Elder Wand. So going with what you're talking about, they're
like the first one made
re-encouraging
money,
those
but it didn't
connections.
make Harry Potter like seven money. You know what I mean? I think this one could make a lot of money.
I mean, the last one, I didn't love it.
Yeah.
Like, but this one, Jude Law makes a very sexy Dumbledore. And I think I'm kind of excited about it.
I just
Yeah.
hate that Johnny Depp's in it.
Yeah.
But
They're really leaning on it though. They're not like cutting him out of the trailers.
They're certainly not
I
hiding
mean, he's
it.
in the title, so I mean, he's got to be
Yeah.
in it. Like, he's the co. He's got to be the co-star of the
He
movie.
seems like he's evolving into a leather cigarette. Like, that's just what he is as a person now.
It's fair.
Yeah.
Oh, Johnny Depp. Next trailer, Bumblebee.
I love this trailer.
It's really good.
So many Iron Giant vibes.
That's fine.
Yeah.
That's exactly what it should be.
It looks real good.
And Generation 1 Transformers in it. You get more classic Transformers crap in those 2 minutes than you did in every single one of Michael Bay's movies.
100%.
My thing is that you can actually see when they're transforming what's going on. Like, you can see where the arms fit in. Like, when Michael Bay's, it just looked like a glob of CGI whenever they were fighting. Like, this
what it
one,
is.
you can distinctively tell the different
And
Transformers.
man, one of the cool parts about Transformers when you're a kid was seeing like the car
Yep.
parts on them when
Yep.
they were a robot.
Mhm.
And
And
this you can see
Michael
that.
Bay did not get
Michael Bay had
No.
none of that.
No, he did not get that. And Bumblebee's like, he's the heart of the whole, Optimus Prime's going to be in it. It looks cool.
Yeah.
CGI looks top notch. I'm glad Michael Bay's not involved. So.
I'm
Sitting-
glad there was Cybertron, too. We never see Cybertron.
And sitting in the 80s is the way to go. Like so
Yes.
much of that stuff doesn't work with modern technology. You can't do a modern version of Soundwave. Soundwave only works in like 1984.
Yep. X-Men Dark Phoenix, which was,
it looks just like Last Stand to me.
it looks so generic.
Yeah.
That's the thing with these now. I'm realizing, like those leather X uniforms they're wearing, and like just everything about
They had the
those
blue and
movies.
yellow ones, right? In
Yeah,
this one,
they
were
look
like
old,
the first
cheap.
class. They do look old and cheap.
The CGI on Mystique looks real bad compared to where we've been.
Here's my whole thing with it. I haven't even watched it because who gives a shit about the X-Men without Wolverine? When they don't have a Wolverine, at least cast, none of it feels like it counts.
Yep.
You know, I know the X-Men is supposed to be, you know, oh, it's popular because it's an allegory for the disenfranchised and civil rights. And, you know, that's all cool and I like that. But it doesn't make a difference if Wolverine isn't there with his murder claws.
Yep.
Also, the movies don't do that well.
Do what?
The
No, they don't.
The disenfranchised
they
thing,
do.
they
That's
don't.
true. They don't at all.
Besides the awkward bedroom scene in X2 with Iceman's parents,
Right.
that's not in there.
Right, yeah.
I don't know. I just think they need, especially with like Disney buying them, this feels like, you know, it's not going to continue on. It's the end of it, you know?
What do you think they'll do? Do you think they'll completely recast or they'll try to save bits and pieces?
Completely
No,
recast.
Completely recast.
Oh, yeah.
It's just, they're in a weird spot because, you know, like Professor X and Magneto need to be kind of older than your baseline Marvel Universe characters. And all these guys are about the same age. But if they go for older, then they're going to the age of like Patrick Stewart and stuff. So why not just get Patrick Stewart back?
Well, I would be okay with recasting Patrick Stewart. I mean, we're all smart enough to know, you know what I mean? But I think you need to recast everyone else, you know
No,
what I mean?
hang on a second.
Ian McKellen and Patrick Stewart I'm okay with. I love this.
They're too old. I agree, but I feel like you could still get it. I mean, they don't have to be like a generation older than all the folks. I mean, they could be like in their 50s.
Right. Well, you know who might make a good Magneto? Hugh Jackman.
Ooh, that would be interesting.
I mean, it would be, you know, sort of against type, him playing a villain, you know. He's very, like...
he just punches the metal.
Right.
Yeah. I'm trying to think who else would be a good Xavier. Who would look good with a bald head?
I don't know, man.
That's
It's
tough. Yeah.
Jason
Jason's
Statham.
saying the same thing.
God, wouldn't that be great? And if he didn't chase his Jason Statham, like, persona at all,
No.
he was just an ass-kicking bastard in a wheelchair.
Oh, no.
That would be the best.
Now I want to see Hugh Jackman and Jason Statham fight in an
Playing
X-Men
chess.
movie.
Yeah. That's gonna obviously be the greatest challenge is how does Disney reinsert those characters?
Right.
I just hope, I mean, the other thing with this is like X-Men Dark Phoenix is supposed to come out in February. This trailer came out 2 days later. They pushed it to June. So like the response must not have been good. They're gonna do reshoots. I can't, like, Jessica Chastain's in this movie. I don't know how she got involved. It looks like a big mess.
Does not look good.
Moving along, Holmes and Watson.
It's a movie.
It's the Step Brothers guys, and they're playing Robert. Sherlock Holmes.
Oh, yeah. Now, I'm kind of excited about that.
I mean, I love Step Brothers. Step Brothers is one of, like, I'm not a huge comedy guy, but it's one of the ones I love.
You say that a lot, and then you come up with a lot of comedy movies that you
Oh,
like.
no, I'm telling you, there's not a... Oh, you're right. Maybe I like comedies more than I let on. But Step Brothers is good. Will Ferrell's... He plays the same in every movie, but he hasn't been in a lot lately.
I mean, look, I think their peak years are behind them, like Talladega Nights and that kind of thing. But they've made so many just like instant classic comedies that, sure, why not? I'm down for it.
Yeah.
Let's see what they got.
It was a funny trailer.
It was a funny trailer.
The thing is about bad Will Ferrell movies, though, they're still, when you catch them on cable or something, are pretty good.
I like
You know-
Semi-Pro.
Semi-Pro
is great.
Semi-Pro was on the other day. It's great. The other guys, which I was vehemently opposed to when it was out, it was on cable the other day, and it was pretty fun.
It's
I had a good time
fantastic.
watching it.
I like the other guys. Semi-Pro, I have no idea why it gets as bad of a rap as it does. It is one of the best, in my opinion.
Semi-Pro's funny.
You just call me a jive turkey?
Who's Professor Moriarty in this movie? He's in Kingsman too.
What?
Professor Moriarty in Holmes and Watson. He's the
really
tech
right.
guy in Kingsman, who's like the nerdy guy, but he's kind of tough.
It's fucking Sinestro.
When you talking about Mark Strong?
Yes, Mark Strong. Yeah,
Who was the villain in the first
Sherlock Holmes?
Yeah, I'm pretty
movie?
sure it's him.
Yeah.
Crazy. I could
Oh,
be
that's
wrong about
true.
that.
Yeah.
I could be putting people
Let me
together.
I
just-
thought it was Ray Fiennes.
Wait, that
I
might
think
be,
it may
that
be
must-
Ray Fiennes.
Those two are the same person.
Those are not the same person.
Mark Strong could kick my ass. Ray Fiennes could not.
Look, I'm kind of with you, Ian. They occupy the same space.
But Ray Fiennes would be more likely to try.
That's true. And actually, most people would kick my ass.
Ray Fiennes is Moriarty.
Well, that was good. That was a good call. You should have answered when I asked you.
Well, you seem so confident.
It's got a pretty good cast. Rebecca Hall, Hugh Laurie's in this movie. Steve Coogan.
Oh yeah, Hugh Laurie's Minecraft.
Minecraft.
Yeah,
Minecraft.
That's perp.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
looks
I never watched the last season of that show with.
I haven't either.
Yeah, it's fine. Let's keep going.
The Rocket Man trailer
I'm excited for
Fantastical take on Elton John's career in life.
with Taron Egerton.
They're definitely advertising it as not a biography when you kind of get that, especially from the end of the trailer when everyone starts floating in the room. But I'm pretty sure he's singing the music in there. Sounds like him, and it looks good.
Taron Egerton has a square head. Elton John has like a square head.
That's
so
true.
It's good casting.
That's all they asked for.
They've never done an Elton John movie, I don't think.
No.
No.
So this will be interesting. I know he's had an interesting life.
Also, he's not dead yet.
That is weird.
That is weird.
I'm just hoping they're going to cover his hair weave melting because that's my favorite part of his life.
I've never heard that story.
He was a very early adopter in hair weave technology. He got like a wig sewn into his head that was hair-like, but it was actually plastic, and he did not listen to the instructions. And he
Flammable.
went into a tanning bed, and it melted to his head.
Wow.
I believe this is true. You know, I don't know. I don't know if this podcast is big enough for Snopes to bust me yet, but I think it's true.
Yeah.
Jesus.
That's funny.
Poor Elton John.
Yeah.
He's knighted, for God's sake. All right, last trailer. Captain Marvel, the big one.
Looks good, man.
I think, at first I was like, it looked good, but I don't think it's as good as some of the other trailers Marvel's put out. I'm not as excited.
Let me ask you something, though. How many times have you watched it?
Once.
Once?
That's what I'm saying. I watch trailers all the time, and I've only watched it once.
Okay, I was about to go on my whole anti-Ian watching
Yeah.
things over and over.
No. This one, that's what I'm saying. If a trailer grabs me, I'll watch it a bunch. But what do you guys think
Here's
about
the
it?
problem for me in that trailer.
Yeah.
Is I think had that trailer come out before the Infinity War Black Panther trailer, you would say it was one of their best. But that first Black Panther trailer is the best trailer Marvel ever put out.
That's probably true.
And in the Infinity War trailers, you were so pumped up for those movies that they sold you. So
This feels
now
smaller.
you're like, it feels smaller.
Yeah.
And but I don't know, like the details get me, like, you know, stupid, but her wearing a 9-inch nail shirt, walking around, stuff like that. Like, I dig that. I like
The Blockbuster video thing.
the
was cool.
Blockbuster thing, yeah. That's such a good way of showing that
What time it is.
what time
Right.
of period you're in without having to say
Right,
anything.
yeah, absolutely, 100%.
And there's probably going to be a lot of that, like, throughout the movie.
100%.
And that's cool. I'll like that part of it. I think the de-aging looked good with Sam Jackson.
You don't have to do much, but yeah.
I think they did a little bit there.
Oh, no, they definitely did. But
Yeah.
I'm just saying, comparatively to, like, I don't know.
Kurt Russell.
If you're, like Kurt Russell or like Robert Redford or something.
Mendo looked cool. You know, is the villain.
He's not in it much, but yeah.
So yeah, I think that it's interesting that it's not going to be an origin story like traditional origin story, and that she's like been in space and she's part of. It's supposedly it's a Kree like Star Force team. I forget the name of
yeah,
it.
I think it's called Star Force.
Yeah.
Okay, and you know, doing missions and like it probably has a kick-ass action scene to start the movie off. You know, it's going to have a lot of characters we know from like Guardians, but it does feel like a little like Ant-Man and Wasp to me.
I'm interested to see how Korath goes from one of the good guys to one of the bad guys.
And Ronan.
Yeah. It looks like all of the team are bad guys.
That's true.
So I think that she
maybe
might be
she
a bad
turns
guy
face
You know,
instead
who
of them
finds
turning
out that
heel.
she's, yeah.
That's probably
fair.
right.
That's very true. Because I heard
They probably
if there's a
brainwashed
shot,
her.
There's
That's
a
why
shot. Oh yeah, why she can't
Yeah.
remember? There's a shot where it looks like she's fighting somebody, and I don't know. You know, people get really down in nitty gritty on this, and it looks like she's actually fighting Jude Law in the shot. You can't really make it out, but
Well,
so
to-
yeah, you're probably right.
To offer some female perspective, Sarah hated it. She says that she looks like some chick from the mall. So
Is
That sounds like a thing that
kind
Sarah
of
would say.
fair though.
yes. It's this is going to be a deep geek take for me. I'm really fond of the first female Captain Marvel, Monica Rambeau, and I wish that they would have went with her for a movie instead of Carol Danvers. But the preview looks all right, and I'm sure Marvel has not done a movie I don't like. Even the very worst Marvel movie, which is Iron Man 2, is still pretty fun to watch.
Ooh, we could have that debate,
We could absolutely have that debate.
Yeah.
but I'm
It's-
excited.
we're
for
all
the
going
trailer.
to watch it. We're all going to enjoy it.
I do have one trailer I like to add. We didn't talk about the new Mary Poppins trailer. Mary Poppins Returns. It was.
Did we not talk about that?
I don't know. I'm pretty sure it came out.
I
the
know we
week
talked
after.
about Mary Poppins at one point, but
I think there was a second trailer.
Yeah, I think you're
and
right.
it has a lot more of her in it, and Emily Blunt is outstanding.
She is outstanding.
that movie's going to make a lot of money.
That
It
movie's
is.
going to
I'm
make
really excited
so much
about it.
money.
Yeah.
It's going to be good.
She looks just like Julie Andrews.
I'm excited that they have like a lot of the callbacks, but yet kind of new and different. Like they bring back that old animation style, and it's going to be really good.
I'm excited for Lin-Manuel Miranda.
That's like the best you've ever pronounced the name on this.
It
podcast.
is.
It really is.
Props, man.
I think it just happened by accident.
Yeah, we needed a new podcast name, and
I say when this one's a big hit, they should just do a Disney reboot shared universe.
whoa,
Mary Poppins on a super team with Christopher Robbins and Maleficent and all that. See, I pronounced that like Ian would have, is what I just did there. But, put them all in one thing, make them fight Thanos.
I'd be all about that.
that's fun.
I think Mary Poppins would win.
All right.
And that's it.
All right.
The news.
So that's the news for this week. Tune in later this week, or we're going to do an episode on what happened to the DC universe, DC cinematic universe at that. But thanks for joining us for our first news episode of Reel Phonies, and we'll catch you guys later this week.
Bye.